If you persist in saying that I edit children's photos, or that I'm somehow the young schoolboy in some sort of disguise, so any more will put you in prison.
Around a year ago, many of us were introduced to Smartschoolboy9 and how despicable of a person he was. But after this happened, many people assumed that he'd be arrested and brought to justice. And pretty much everyone kinda stopped talking about Smart Schoolboy altogether, almost treating him like a meme, a floating trend to poke and laugh at until we drop it and move on to the next thing. The conversation was dropped quickly, but actually there's no evidence to suggest that David, aka Smart Schoolboy, was ever arrested, with law enforcement even stating last year that because no crime has been committed in the videos, they cannot investigate anything, and yet they've acknowledged the videos circulating online. The general public may have lost interest, but there's still some who keep track on Smart Schoolboy, even to this day. Many fake pages and bots have risen after his exposure, making it easier for him to hide himself online and continue his unhinged behavior. And there has been some updates on Smart Schoolboy. I'd rather just call him David in this video. He's not some mysterious cryptid figure, he's just an online weirdo. So, has David learned his lesson at all? Let's begin with a few accounts that he's suspected of still using. Many people online are convinced that he's a user named Joyous_girl on YouTube, a user that's been commenting for months under anything related to David, adamantly defending him to this very day. One user comments saying that David went from being an internet cryptid to pretty much a laughingstock. Here he says, "You're wrong, that's hateful stuff. That young schoolboy is 9 years old of age, not the other guy. That David someone, that's another person. Two different people. Young boy and he went against PDFs. Were lied about but are brave and protected, very much alive." David appears to identify as a child, specifically 9 years old, on this Joyous Girl YouTube account, claiming that he's not 59 years old, and that this David person who is 59 is totally different. I don't think 9-year-olds are out here saying words like disingenuous and stuff like that, forgive me. You see, David was once active in a Facebook group specifically about him, and he'd spend all day defending himself. As the users in the community would point out, genuinely feels like a fever dream that David was active in this group at one point. He spent his entire day defending himself and now he's just gone. Which ties in similarly with Joyous Girl's behavior in the YouTube comments. This idea that he portrays two different people is also consistent with the Facebook group, with a post saying, "Since you think that these are two different people, explain to me how they're different. We all know you're behind this, David." In which a Facebook account responds saying, "I am offline for many hours, and I am not answering bizarre, deliberately bullying questions every hour. Not interested." So the Facebook group is known for meddling with David and trying to get answers out of him, including this alleged voice message sent by him to a community member.
You then accused me, and this has been going on for months, of editing children's photos. I simply, genuinely am not the young schoolboy. I have said that, I've stated that. If you persist in saying that I edit children's photos, or that I'm somehow the young schoolboy in some sort of disguise, absolutely impossible. Our voices are absolutely, totally different, and you should be able to look at that and understand that. So any more of what you do will put you in prison.
I think throughout this voice note, his tone kind of dips into the Smart Schoolboy persona a little bit. Like he was almost trying to take over in the middle of the message. David has been known to do this, and I think he actually just likes the attention. And there's another channel called Smartest Schoolgirl, which supposedly has new footage on David. And he even states the season and the year in this recording, summer 2025.
I'm at school. It is the year 2025. It is the year 2025. I'm a schoolboy, a child of school age, despite what you might have heard, particularly in the scam documentaries about me, that I really am a schoolboy.
In this video, he says that everyone's been lying on his name and that the truth will soon come out. With all the grotesque mouth noises that you could expect from him, he emphasizes that he is indeed a schoolboy. He talks about his uniform and school mini boots. He encourages other schoolboys to stay safe because there's plenty of liars out there. This kind of sounds like a dog whistle for other PDFs, the ones who portray themselves as children to quite literally attract others of that age. The bio of Smartest Schoolgirl, however, says that someone else is running the page, but it could also be him trying to cover himself, or these could very well be two different people. According to some on Reddit, the woman behind the page is named Veronica, who's gotten close to David and posts videos on his behalf. And as you can see, Smartest Schoolgirl strongly defends David in the comments, calling him smart, calling him articulate, as if he's not a 59-year-old man. But so far, no concrete evidence to suggest that this is David on multiple accounts, which he's been known for, or this is someone that he's gotten pretty close to. It could very well just be two creepy men that have similar interests in mind. As of now, he is still a free man, and he is still out there probably continuing the same behavior. But David has been doing this for so long. These pictures are from 2011, and as you can see, David is much skinnier in this picture, rather than his normal puffed up, bloated looking physique that he normally has. But he still has that strange makeup that he's known for, even back in 2011. Let's not forget about the Lemon and Lime song from him and its original meaning, in which the underlying message implies a force to act by a group of people, in other lines of the song suggesting an act on someone who's no longer alive. It's all pretty horrifying stuff in this song that I have to tiptoe around. And of course, this song was immediately turned into a meme, with people even cosplaying as him and doing TikTok dances and stuff like that. It was really out of control. But once again, it wasn't really taken seriously, when David is implying some awful things if you understand the lines and their meanings. That's why I think that we shouldn't just forget about individuals like this. So the Halloween costumes do keep him relevant in a way. And interestingly enough, David even had an interview with a YouTuber. And I can't help but feel bad for anyone who believed that this interview is actually real, clearly just trying to capitalize off the moment. I don't think we took this situation as seriously as we should have, because the name Smart Schoolboy was pretty much just turned into a meme. The reality is David, aka Smart Schoolboy, is no one special, because there's thousands and thousands of people just like him out there. So will it take a tragedy to happen before something is finally done about him? It just seems that it's always too late when something bad happens. This dude has so many accounts that were deleted, and apparently he's active on Instagram and TikTok as well. All of the Instagram accounts that he ran were extremely disturbing, but once again, there's so many bots and fan pages, it just makes things easier for him. I don't think we should just forget about this dude like a trending topic. I already know what everyone's thinking. Schoolboy in the big 2025. I know it's insanity. It's time to move on. It's time to move on to a different topic. There's a lot of things that we move on too quickly with. I gotta remind people. I think it's good to remind people and give updates on sick and twisted people. I think it's good to give updates on criminals and stuff like that. Wouldn't you want to know if a local PDF is in your area? Wouldn't you want to know if a local PDF has been arrested or not? But it's good to stay informed on stuff like this. That's it.